Hello, everybody. Chris Wood here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Anybody that might. The reason I'm on here just for a couple quick minutes is because this identity theft I've been going through, my skull deforming, my injuring, torturing, it's done. I have no feeling or stimulation in my head in any way, shape, or form. Damages are done. I'm having stuff coming up from the back of my neck. It's going up through the back of my head to a spot on the back of my head where it is swelling and spreading around, especially on the right side, right in here. It's being pushed out. My skull is being pushed out. I am being seriously deformed and I am being broadcasted through from remote neural monitoring right now, which is police and military tech, which is a nano microchip implant, been in use since the 60s, and not a lot of people are aware of it. And they are guilty of using it criminally, injuring, torturing, for stalking purposes, using it for illegal invasive surveillance, and my identity theft and changes, which I have shown and proven. I am a revenge retaliation, identity theft, attempted murder, human traffic, human sex trade, slavery trafficking, false arrest, kidnap, victim for speaking police crimes, the human homeless trafficking out of the Morning Star mission, and the homeless exploitation for monetary gains and other crimes. As a result, I became a victim. Back in 2019, before XOPP chief or commander left, I was shot. He was driving a white Jeep Wrangler by him and somebody in a black truck. I did not see the person's face. They had black hair. It was at my previous address on the corner of Center and Bridge at the lights. They pointed something and shot it, and it went into my right ear. And I started having the problems ever since. After it went into my ear, it started to move around and get up here into my parietal lobe where it was burning. So I went to the hospital to find out what was going on. I finally got an appointment for a CAT scan, and one of the people that are involved, Stacy, was there talking to her girlfriend at the time. I was there with my mother, who was still alive before Billy Wooldridge and Blair Hardy murdered her. I was there with my mother. I go in to get my CAT scans done, and all of a sudden, I am told that I would not understand them, and I was pretty much medically blacklisted after that. The lies, the time buying, the cover ups, treatment refusals, discriminations, name calling, and a whole lot more. For 3.5 years, Lennox and Eddington Hospital has been criminally and negligently involved, from Wayne Cubby Duck having me kicked out and causing me serious harm and damage, preventing me help, proving that they are nothing more than covering up for police, having me falsely charged through patient relations for telling the hospital what the doctors, crimes, and doctors were doing, and that they needed to be arrested and charged for their crimes. And as a result, they had me charged for harassment for reporting it for wanting this done to them. So that was done in an attempt to deflect crimes, in an attempt to give me a record, which OPP wanted, so they could get my prints, my pictures, my signatures, and everything else they needed for this identity theft, for forgeries, framings, and frauds. And I will not be proven wrong, right, Spencer Mills? You already got my piss and my blood from previous kidnapping, May 27, 2021, through Shelley Hafner and her bullshit incompetency lies, signed off by a Judge Chappelle in Kingston, and that was done to shut me up in an attempt to, and I will not be proven wrong 24 hours after me asking for help. Billy Wooldridge criminally stalking. He's an obsessed homosexual. The one known as Billy Wooldridge is an obsessed homosexual. He's approximately in his 70s. Bald, glasses, goatee, highly delusional, thinks that he and I were switched at birth, thinks that he is fucking Harry Potter, was stalking my mother, calling my mother mom. He's highly fucking nuts. Along with Blair Hardy, who is an obsessed homosexual, stalking piece of shit, drug trafficking, rapist, piece of shit, murdering goof, Tyler Teabag Lake, Jason Gimpy, Two Step Van Alstyne, Dale Hartwick. These are all people that are drug fed, money paid co offenders who are aiding OPP in their crimes. And in return, they get $300 a day. They get free drugs of choice and they get freedom and protection. Charges dropped for being involved in OPP crimes and committing them for them. Since 2019, this has been happening to me, and I have been proving my injuring and my deformings and other crimes against me and not being able to do anything about it. My legal rights, my human rights, my medical rights, and everything have been taken away from me, no matter how much I prove. Even a justice of the peace making accusations about being high on marijuana and hallucinating, being sodomized by Staff Sergeant Billy Wooldridge because it's their boss. This is completely 100% done. You fucking did it. People think identity thefts cannot happen. This has been going on for 3.5, close to 4 years. Oh, yes, it can. And I have proven it and shown it. Full 100% skull deforming. And I have proven it. So, Spencer Mills 14716, ex chief or commander, year 2019. Staff sergeants Shannon Cork, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, Shelley Huffner, and Stacy, a mental health worker, now Kingston, was Daily Tea Company here in Napanee. And I've already named the hospital and doctors involved criminally and negligently: Billy Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, and Jason Two Step Van Alstyne. You're lucky that you work with and for OPP and that they're untouchable and unarrestable. Trying to charge me $22,000 for it to have them arrested. Surrounding me, hands on guns with proof. I have video proof on my channel here. Surrounding me, hands on guns to prevent anything legal on OPP or Billy Wooldridge or the doctors themselves for the crimes that they are involved in and committing and have been for this revenge retaliation against me. My lungs are completely screwed, especially on my right side. My kidneys are damaged, and there is nothing I can do about this. No matter what is done to me, I have to put up with this and let it happen because it is OPP revenge. The hospital here, because they're involved, have already made it clear that they want me dead and they wash their hands of me. They've made that very clear. So I spoke police crimes and now I am going through identity theft. OPP is also involved with the murdered and missing as well. So lies, cover ups, time buying, sex assaults, kidnapping, blood and piss stealing, and a whole lot more. Having my mother stalked and murdered through Billy Wooldridge and Blair Hardy. And conveniently, the one known as Billy Wooldridge is a wanted harbored inmate. And this is why OPP will not touch or arrest them, because then that will prove that they are hiding and harboring convicted fucking wanted inmates. Isn't that right, Spencer Mills, who is now allegedly in Aurelia? He is a serial killer cop, and Billy Wooldridge is still actually associated with serial killer Russell Williams as well. And so are some OPP. Whether they will admit it or not, they are still friends with this serial killer. No matter what is done to me, no matter how much I have proven everything, I still cannot do nothing. The lies about me about being suicidal and self harmer have been cast. I am certainly not suicidal in any way, shape, or form. I love my life. I have been trying to save my life. I'm about saving others' lives, so I'm not about taking my own or anyone else's bullshit lie against me. But because who that came from, and I did have long hair and my tattoos, so it was automatically assumed to be true. Lies against me about being on drugs that I do not do, I am highly against them. I've lost too many friends and family from drugs, so I am very seriously highly against them. But it was believed once again because the lie was coming from criminal serial killer Spencer Mills, a drug cop, or whoever. It was done through the hospital in Kingston at KGH. And once again, it was believed to prevent me getting help and proof of the crimes that have been taking place with me. I would go to the Belleville, I went to Belleville Hospital, local hospital. I talked to a French guy and he came in and his first words out of his mouth was, I seen your file. Okay. And then I was getting that everywhere I would go. I seen your file, I seen your file, I seen your file. Wondering what the fuck's going on here because, like I said, I had not been to a hospital or a doctor in approximately 7 to 10 years prior to being shot by the XOPP chief, and everything began. I was doing good mentally, physically, spiritually. I was healthy. I was growing. I was helping myself and I was helping others. And then after I was shot, all my medical problems began, the lies and the cover ups and everything else. My dog has even was even given cancer. My dog is in the process of being killed too, and I have videos on here showing him the damages that are being done. My mother was stalked and killed from these pieces of shit. Never speak police crimes, you will become a victim. My fucking chin, my chin and my face and my jaw and everything is being more squared out. I have pictures on my Facebook even showing the differences just within 12 hours, how much I have changed, how much differences there is in me on my Facebook with facial deforming. I go through this sometimes on an hourly basis, and it is being done to me through remote neuro monitoring, which I said is police and military tech, and that's what's doing this to me. And this is why all the cover ups and everything else is preventing me from help. So I am going to get off here. I am going to have a coffee. I'm finishing one up, and I'm going to have another one. And then I'm going to see what the night brings. Hopefully, I will not have to come back on here and do another video or an update. But in the meantime, OPP, you are guilty of this to me through Billy Wooldridge and Blair Hardy and everyone else named for 3.5 years. One way or another, you will be arrested, you will be charged, and everybody else involved with it, doctors too. Be safe, everybody. Fuck, I actually